Bitcoin makes a brand new all-time high. We're currently sitting above the previous all-time high right now as I'm recording this. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a couple of other things. We're going to look at some plays that are very interesting right now, and we're going to have a little bit of a word of caution for this mega rally that we seem to be entering into right now. But before we get going, check out the channel memberships. We've got some really great stuff going on in there. And remember, get those subs up. If we get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of 2025, I'm going to open up all the stalagmite posts to every paid tier on the members section. And if we get it after 2025 is over, then I'll open it up for a month so everyone can see how I'm managing these markets. I believe that the people in there now currently are enjoying this thoroughly, as we've been making quite a lot in the last couple of months. It's been very, very exciting. Of course, right now we are in easy mode, so it is pretty easy right now to be profitable, but harder times will come and I will adjust my strategy accordingly. Anyways, checking out Bitcoin right now. All right, check it out. So we're currently above this little peak right here, right? Okay, on the daily. If we come over here and we look at the weekly, let's go to the weekly real quick. Yeah, it's kind of be a bit Bitcoin heavy today. All right, the weekly. And I need to get my fib. There we go. All right, so you can see we got a fib level right over here. Right over here, this fib level at 109,700. And if we go to the weekly, look at this. Look at this. All right. We were completely detached from that line right here at 109.7 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, and then we came and touched it, bounced up, got completely detached for 2 weeks, come back and touched it once, and then we got a big breakout candle that pushed us above all of that move from before. Okay? All right, bear with me here. As long as we don't retrace, as long as we don't come back and even touch that line or go beneath it or anything at that 109.7, as long as we don't do that, guess what we're opened up to? Guess what that next line is? You see it up there, that red one. Let me go up here. We're opened up to potentially 175,054. Okay, that next fib level. We could potentially get there. Now, there are no guarantees. There's no certainty that we're going to get there. And if we are going to get there, it's going to be very soon. It's going to be within the next 90 days or so. Possibly, honestly, this could happen in a matter of days. But if we hit that within a matter of days, you better believe I'll be selling out everything. I'll be dropping my bags and leaving just a few runners to see what happens. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right now. We're about to cross $125,000 right now. We could potentially push up to 175 if this rally really gets euphoric, and it's beginning to get euphoric. Just look at AMD this morning. They made a deal with OpenAI, right? OpenAI, they got a deal with OpenAI. Look at this. They are up to $224 right now. Okay. I was going to buy this one anywhere above 160, and it did the entire move and then some pre-market. They're up 35% right now. If that's not euphoric, I don't know what is. All right, we're in a euphoric moment. Oh, I can see right there, 36%. We're up 36% right now. You know, I was telling Stalagmite in the members video, like as soon as it gets above like this little section right here, I'm in. But look at this. I can't trade that. That's the whole move. That's the entire move in pre-market. Before I even have a chance to see what I might have done, where I might have bought, what date I might have chosen. Didn't even get the option. It was just gone. It's already gone, taken from me too early in pre-market. So there you go. Now I'm going to be stuck doing like AMDL or something when I get a pullback, like 2x AMD shares. When I get a pullback, I'll be looking at, you know, something like that, right? When this thing eventually pulls back to like 14 or something, I'll be doing AMDL instead of AMD itself. And that's the kind of market we're in right now. It is easy mode, but things can leave you behind very, very, very quickly. So we're sensitive to that right now. Anyways, that's kind of my Bitcoin outlook. I think we're going to do a pretty wicked rally. It's going to go crazy. But remember to take profits at some point. And of course, nothing I say is financial advice and not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. You got to do your own research, come to your own conclusions. Remember, you are responsible for your own risk and any losses you incur, because investing is risky, and you could lose it all. So, you know, be careful out there. Anyways, I'm going to urge some caution here as we go into this thing, because if we start to roll over, it could get really nasty really quick. All right, and now we've made a brand new all-time high. We have now made an all-time high. And if we go into the weekly again, so the daily, I don't even know why I switched. So we got a double bottom right here, right? We've completed that double bottom. Guess what happens if we get back underneath this like 109.7, 108? Then it becomes a double top. Then it might turn into a head and shoulders, and then we find ourselves back at 85K. So that's the kind of caution I'm trying to give right now. Things could turn on a dime like that. So we're paying attention. We are keeping eyes up. We are watching price action. We have alerts on the chart. In fact, I have more drawings on here than I have shown right now because the chart was just getting wild. I'm watching this one. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, let's see that one. I'm watching this one right now as well, and I need to adjust that because look at price pushed higher. And don't be afraid to adjust things. Don't be afraid to adjust things because like if price is pushing higher, obviously these lows weren't the correct lows to be putting my line on. Okay. Not that one. Let's see. Do I have any others that are really important to look at? That one is probably pretty important because it goes through that wicked dip we got and then higher. Yeah, I don't mind that one at all actually. Where I go through those lows. Anyways, yeah, I'd be doing this for a little while actually if you let me. So I'm gonna stop right now. That one's probably not so much. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna urge some caution. This is the easiest part. Everyone looks like a genius right now, including myself. And at some point, if I don't do risk management, I will stop looking like a genius and start looking like an idiot. So that's why I'm urging that. Pay attention to the charts. Have your exit points in your mind. Have areas where you're going to take your cost basis out. Have areas where you're going to start to take profits. Have areas where you're going to dump your whole bag. Have it in your mind right now. Get on the chart. Make that chart. You can adjust these things in real time like you just saw me do. But you have to have this thing planned right now. You do not get to plan this tomorrow or next week because I'm telling you, this thing's going to collapse over a weekend. Most of us are in options on Bitcoin miners. Most of us are in ETFs. You know what doesn't trade on the weekend? Options contracts and ETFs. They don't trade on the weekend. I promise you that I believe that this thing will collapse on a weekend when you are locked out, when you cannot trade, when you are not able to do anything about it. And if you did not get your cost basis out, and if you did not manage your risk, man, I cannot talk in the morning. If you did not manage your risk, if you did not take any profits along the way, it will wipe you out over a weekend when you have your hands tied. You can't do anything. Okay. So unless you're trading spot Bitcoin, you really need to be very careful about how you're going to manage your risk. That is why, if you're in stalagmite, you see me taking profits. You see me taking small profits. You see me taking out my cost basis. Anytime I get up over 200% on anything, I'm taking my cost basis out and a little profit on top of it. Every time it does another 100%, I take a little more profit. If it starts coming back down and breaking beneath support levels that I wanted to see it hold, I start to take a little more profit. This is the video where I tell you it is time to be more cautious. I am more scared than I have ever been right now. Okay, everyone else is euphoric and like, oh, this is the best thing that's ever happened. And of course, I have a few moments during the day where I'm like, yeah, this is great. And then a few hours later, I'm like, I'm actually really scared. So this is the point in the market where it becomes the hardest thing for most people to do, and that is to let things go. Start to understand where you're going to get your cost basis out, understand where you're going to take some profit, and understand where you're going to drop your whole stack. It is very important you go and do that right now. Just do it right now. Make sure you know your levels. Make sure you know what. Don't rely on me. Don't rely on anyone. Understand where you're going to get out of this thing because the ride is almost over. We're getting very close to the end of this thing. Okay. So, and like I said, I am more paranoid than I have been this entire cycle right now because just over and over again, I'm like, don't screw this up, don't screw this up, don't screw this up, don't screw this up. Okay? So perhaps that has me getting out a little too early in some things, but I'm still holding the majority of my stuff. I am making money on all of it, and I'm not giving any of it back. I'm keeping my bag. You're not getting it. All right? Anyways, that's it. That's all I got to say about that. Ethereum is looking pretty nice right here. Got a nice little bull flag. It pushes up. That'd be great for BMNR. Dogecoin, I've got a nice bag of Doge. We got a nice flag here. This could push up easily to like 29, 30 cents. That would be good for Zone. Sui, I've got a few hundred of these bad boys also flagging, looking like it's ready to go up. I also have Sui G. Yeah, BM&R 4% today. That's nice. BitDigital 3%. A lot of the miners are up a lot right now. Cypher up 7% in pre-market. CleanSpark warrants up 14%. I think I might add to those. Get myself a nice round number of 20,000 to get into those bad boys. 5% on the underlying for CleanSpark. 4% for Mara. 3% for Hut. 6% for Hive. 6% for Bitfarms. Iron up 7%. We had $50 on Iron. I kind of said it was going to do that. And honestly, I think now that if we close today above 49 and we don't come back to 49, 64 is on the table for Iron. It just is. Can up 3% in pre-market. That's pretty nice. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. Yep. Soluna is down a little bit, but that's okay. Still waiting for it to like get a nice. Now it is below this level here where I wanted to take some profit, so I might consider that today. We'll see. We'll see how it performs. It might push up. BitDeer up, so I'll be making some money on that this morning. Everything's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. And if you're in the Stalagmite, you see, oh man, stocks up 11%. That's all AMD. You know that we're in Vertiv, we're in NVTS, ARQQ. That's a quantum play I get in and out of. USAR up another 5% today. I really want to get back into this thing. I've been just, this has just been printing cash for me. Circle, we're in Circle because that is a stable coin USDC play here, and that should be taken off very well now with Bitcoin making a brand new all-time high. There's going to be a lot of trading on stable coins, which means a lot of revenue for Circle. NBIS, I'm in this thing and it's rocketing. CoreWeave, I'm trying to get back into CoreWeave. TER, Teradyne, this is another one I'm very interested in. I want to pick up some shares of this guy. HIMS, I might look at this today actually because it was down 9% on Friday and it started to pop a little bit, so that might be nice here. As long as we can get some nice moves above this trend line there, I'll be interested in that. SRFM, been looking at that one, getting in and out of that one. Back and forth. I've looked at Serve, and let's see how Serve's doing this morning. Pre-market, Serve's up 3%, so I might actually look at that one today as well. RR is another robotics play I've been looking a lot at, and that one's up pretty nicely in the pre-market as well. What was the other one? There was another one. Oh, NEE. Let's see what that one's doing in pre-market. Okay, it's going down. I actually like that. I'd like to see NAE come down, touch this line, or at least come, or maybe even come back down to 76, and then I'd be interested in NEE there as well. FLNC, let's see how that bad boy's doing. That one's up in the pre-market. Man, this thing is wild. Yeah, okay, it's above 14. So if it closes above 14 today, I'm looking at 20, so I might get back into that there. The other one I want to talk about real quick, Tesla. They did some teaser on X yesterday. That's got everybody all excited, thinking, oh, they're going to do like a partnership with a VTOL company like Archer or something. We'll see. I don't know. That'd be cool. But I think something like that could push them to, the hype. They're getting the hype train going. A lot of good news coming out for Tesla lately. So I am looking at Tesla to make that move up to 5. Honestly, 500, 550 is even possible by the end of the year. So I'm watching that. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back, tested if we get like above 440, come back, test 441, or right now fall back down to 427 and then push. I wouldn't be surprised by that, but I'm watching it to get back into Tesla, and I'll see if I use Tesla or TSLL for the 2X fund. We'll see which one I decide to go with. Nvidia also pushed above its previous high and is coming back to test it from above, right? If it can hold, I'm looking at NVIDIA for end of year, like 200 plus. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Helps the channel grow so much. Remember to get to that 10,000 subscribers. I'll open up the Stalagmite posts to all paid tiers through the end of the year if we do it before the end of 2025, and afterwards for a month in 2026 sometime, which will be a very difficult time. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be very difficult in 2026, I think. Anyways, have a profitable day.